Yes, people, be bold has left the Gold Coast. We've gone international to find out what people are also doing on the African continent. Our first stop was South Africa. And well, we've got a lot of exciting things. And you know, people are facing the same issues that we're having here. So let's take a look at something before we take you on to our first guest.
I never fall. Let's have a look at y'all. Good times, let them roll. It's a song.
And Be Bold is right here in Cape Town to find out what young entrepreneurs are doing in South Africa. Well, Cape Town, as you may know, is the second most populous city in South Africa and the largest in terms of land area. Some of the most popular sites are the Table Mountains, the Cape Point, and its harbour actually too. So let's be bold right here in Cape Town, South Africa.
I'll hold it down. Let me see your head bow down. Oh, I need let me scream out loud. You can run, you can hide, no, you can.
Welcome to South Africa and be bold!
Welcome to Joburg, and that's it. That's where we are. Be bold.
Are you as excited as those people in South Africa? Yes, we are. Yes, I am. As you can see right now, I'm wearing Strussbob's outfit. This actually literally translates to the promise of truth. Now, Tshepo Phologane, he is the CEO and creator of Strussbob. And well, let's take a look at what the interview was all about. Down in South Africa, Be Bold interviews Strussbob, one of South Africa's most popular clothing brand. Once a college concept, Strussbob, a colloquial phrase meaning the promise of truth, continues to develop.
The whole Strussbob idea started when I was in college. It was my final brief at college, which was to come up with a conceptual brand. And the idea of Strussbob first started off as a brand that had like sayings, different sayings in different languages, South African languages, that meant the same thing. So, for example, if you were to say "Ole bambele ngashoni," which means hold on so that the sun doesn't set on you. You know, it's very poetic, the way that when you explain it in English as well, but it's very poetic in its own language. And then in Afrikaans, you say "Monito opgoeni," and both of those things mean don't give up. So it was just a platform for Strussbob to engage with language and teach people that we're not that different. Yeah, so that's where it started from.
The team, composed of Ntato and Tshepo, continued to hustle grow the brand from what was just t-shirts to hoodies, trucker and peak caps. The brand also crosses the South African border into retail stores in Kampala, Uganda. Being a young entrepreneur in Africa, there were definitely challenges that had to be addressed.
I'll speak for myself. I actually have always known what I wanted to do. I always knew that I wanted to do design. With regards to the environment in which I work in, it isn't that easy to get into the industry because it's an industry that is very reliant on your portfolio, what you've done before, you know, so you have to be daring, you have to be fresh, you have to be the new kid on the block if you want to get in, you know, because everybody else is trying to get in.
Constantly bursting with innovation, the team had a spin-off around the recent World Cup using emblems and soccer badges to create a Strussbob Republic team. Tshepo shows us more designs of Strussbob's winter clothing, showing just how dynamic Strussbob can be.
Our Republic range.
Okay.
So what's very important for us is also the color combinations. Here we've got black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. So it's a very warm jacket,
It is
very
warm.
stylish.
Comfortable too.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. More about the costs of things. How much would something like this cost?
Well, this cap in the store costs 250.
250 Rand.
Yeah, 250
Which
Rand.
is like roughly how many dollars?
Oof.
Not sure.
Divided by 7.
About $45 roughly? Probably.
Yeah.
Not sure. You'd think corporate branding would end with the prince, yet Tshepo had a nice surprise for us. Talk about corporate branding right here. What is this all about? Like, I mean, you've not only branded your products, but also your hand. Tell me more about that. What inspired you right there?
To put it here is that I'm right-handed. And this is the hand that I used to design, and this is the hand that designed Strussbob. So,
Strussbob, man.
for the love.
For the love.
For the love.
Action.
Tshepo, does your grandfather have anything to do with all of this artistic feel and vibe that you've got running through your bloodstreams?
Yes, I think I picked up a few genes from my granddad. My granddad is Jonas Gwangwa.
Okay.
He plays the trombone, and he's had a lot of success with his career as a jazz musician. A lot of people love the song "Flowers of the Nation," Mora. You know, these are all songs that my parents grew up with, you know, struggle songs, and also the concept of Strussbob comes from those times as well. The language, which they call Tsotsitao, you know, it plays off of that. So definitely a lot of inspiration came from, you know, looking at my granddad and what he's done with his career in terms of expressing South African music. And Strussbob, like I said, it's about telling the African story.
Although there were other brands in South Africa worth acknowledging, Strussbob really stood out as a brand because of how easy it is to relate to their design, touching their clients personally and uniting the people through similar memories using their creativity. What inspires you behind your designs?
Well, what inspires me is Africa. It's the people, it's the surroundings, it's conversations that you have with people that are constantly inspiring. Yeah, so I take everything in every day when I'm walking around, driving around, taking a taxi, you know, buying from the local spaza. That's inspiration. That's where I draw it from.
We got a chance to visit one of the stores that Strussbob supplies their clothes to downtown Joburg City, and on the way there were still a few questions to ask Tshepo. The hustle and bustle of Joburg, what are some of the challenges that you face?
The challenges is, you know, capital is one of the main challenges, you know. When you start a business and you don't have any capital to start it, it's very hard. And as well, getting that people to trust you, you know, with your product is also something else. Changing people's minds, their buying habits as well. They need to come over to you and instead of buying the other brand.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are the challenges that you face in creating a brand and moving it so that people, you know, start buying. Hi, I'm Tshepo Phologane and I'm at the Dope Store where you can get your Strussbob product. This is Be Bold and Chase Your Dreams. It's the promise of true Africa style.
Don't stop.
so inspirational how Tshepo and his crew have turned Strussbob into this brand all over South Africa and internationally. Those that went to the World Cup were wearing these shirts, and wow, it's amazing. Tshepo, I told you I would wear this shirt. Anyways, great job, and let's take a break. We'll be back in a moment.